guys, we are into our second week now. Everything is going swimmingly well. Let me see if I can make this all happy slappy. All right, so these are the 10.2 notes. They are all about physical properties. Some of the other optional lessons that we did on this little break situation were about this stuff. So if you're stuck, you can go back. There's some videos. There's a Bill Nye Science Guide. There's all sorts of things. So here we go. A physical property is a property of matter that you can observe or measure without changing the identity of the matter. Okay? So something you can measure or see with your eyeballs. All right, number 2, state. The state of matter is a physical property. Solid, liquid, gas. Okay, there's also one called plasma. Okay, if you think of water, solid would be ice, liquid would be, liquid. Gas would be water vapor, and we don't really see water in the plasma form. Hey, can you turn on the light for me? Thanks. Sorry, I had help from the peanut gallery. Hopefully that's better. The state of matter depends on how close the atoms are and how fast they move. And we measure this with temperature. Okay, so how hot something is. All right, some physical properties are size dependent, which means the measurement of the property depends on how much matter is present. Okay, so like size, shape, volume. Okay. Volume, wait, hang on. Let me try that again. Mass is a size-dependent property because it is a measure of the matter in the sample. So if you remember, say from the boat lab or the pennies when we did that, you measure it in grams. We use scales for that. Okay. Mass is sometimes confused with weight, and we spent a whole lot of time explaining that earlier in the year. Mass is how much stuff. Let me add that one up here. Okay, where weight is the pull of gravity on an object. So how hard Earth is pulling on us. Okay. Weight changes with location. Okay, if you remember when we were in school, I said you always weigh more at the dairy bar before you even order your ice cream than when you start at the school because you're closer to the center of the earth. Not by much, but just a little. Okay? Let me move my camera. I'm getting better at this, right? Look at that. All right, volume is the amount of space something takes up. Okay? And we did a little bit with that when we did that floating boat lab thing. Other physical properties that are size dependent, because they do not, other physical properties are size dependent because they do not depend on how much are not size dependent. Okay? Melting point and boiling point are size dependent feature or size independent features. Sorry, that's my problem here. This should be independent. That was my problem. Would help if I read it correctly. Okay. Melting point is the temperature a solid changes to a liquid. So in the case of water, it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. Okay? So far, so good? The temperature a liquid changes to a gas is the boiling point. Okay? In the case of water, it's 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. Okay? We've done density. Density is the amount of mass per unit volume. Okay? And that does not change no matter how big my sample is. because I take the total mass and divide it by the total volume, so the number is always the same. It's an easy way to tell what you have. Electrical conductivity is the ability of matter to carry an electric current or electric charge. Thermal conductivity is the ability of matter to carry thermal energy or heat. Okay, those two things, conductivity, are very closely related to each other. Generally, if one conducts electricity, then it also conducts heat very well. Okay, and number 10, this is a funny word, solubility is the ability of a substance to dissolve in water or dissolve in another substance. Okay? And then wrapping it up the last little bit here, the parts of a mixture can be separated, and we talked about this a lot, using physical means or physical properties. Okay? So they give you several examples here. Salt and water can be separated because the boiling point of water is much lower than that of salt. So I can boil the water away and be left with the salt. A solid can be separated from a liquid by filtration or filtering. And those of you who see coffee made, that happens all the time. We filter the coffee grounds out of the liquid and we're left with delicious coffee. Oil and water can be separated because they have different densities. So my famous salad dressing example, okay? I can pour very carefully and slowly pour the oil off the water. And then another example would be here, a magnet can be used to separate materials that contain iron or other magnetic metals from other materials. Okay, when you're in 9th grade, you'll do a lab that does this. All right, guys, hope you have a good day. Miss you a lot, and I hope I get to see you soon.